10 days with the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, and it's time to reveal the truth that the specs sheet won't reveal. The truth behind Samsung's most polished flagship ever, their best software experience ever, their best performance which decisively beats Apple, and their best camera experience ever. Yes, they heard us all and improved some of the key areas. But as always, they made a controversial move that needs to be addressed because this and some laziness has to go away, otherwise this could be the end. Oh, just to give you a massive reminder, today is the last day to pre-order the Galaxy S25 series and get a massive discounts along with amazing gifts that you won't find anywhere else. Check out the links in the description. So welcome everyone, and let's take a deep dive. Where do I even begin? Well, let's just jump straight into what you don't experience or see on paper, which is the actual real-life experience of holding the S25 Ultra and using it on daily day-to-day basis. So design-wise, I have to say this is indeed Samsung's very peak. I know people have mixed opinion on this because it's not massively changed compared to the previous generations, but this design that they started in 2022 is now finally at its final form. The perfect Galaxy indeed. It's light, it's thin, it's smooth, it's limitless, and it's premium grade quality that stands out in the sea of phones out there. As someone who really loved the design of the S24 Ultra from last year, this one is even better because not only is boxy, but it's also comfortable boxy with those slightly comfortable rounded corners. Plus somehow, despite having the S Pen inside, they made the phone thinner and also lighter. But there's one very specific change with one of the components on this phone that is very controversial. You see, while this phone does have an S Pen, this is no longer the cool S Pen, this is the boring S Pen. As you probably already know that the Galaxy S25 Ultra's S Pen does not have Bluetooth, which means it can no longer do the proper air actions like controlling the camera, even flipping through back and front camera, something you can do on the Galaxy S24 Ultra. This was genuinely one of the coolest things you can do with the S Pen. So while the boring S Pen can still write and do all the things that the S Pen should do, it's not as cool as the S Pen of the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Now apparently Samsung might actually sell this S Pen with Bluetooth functionality separately, so this is clearly a money-making move. Now here's why they did it. Wait a minute, I'm scrolling. Yes, there we go. Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy. Using Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy across all the markets was definitely not an easy or a cheap move to do. This is the price to pay for innovation. Sadly, Samsung's own chip, which was the Exynos 2500, wasn't ready for this generation. With that being said, Galaxy S25 Ultra is still the only phone on the market with an S Pen, so even without Bluetooth, it's not really a deal-breaker thing. But I do hope that they stop removing features that people love because otherwise this could be the end. Now, since it's a super premium device, you're better off with a case, and it's hard to beat the best thin and light case lineup on the market for the Galaxy S25 Ultra series, aka the PITAKA Tactile Woven series, is finally here. These are some of the most beautiful, proper thin cases you can get for the S25 series, like you hardly feel them on. Yet they are super durable thanks to the top level aramid fiber, a super light yet strong material used in aerospace and military applications. Plus the camera rings also provide top level protections against the drops. These cases utilize a special fusion weaving technology, which is a process that allows them to create this beautiful eye-catching pattern and colors on aramid fiber. And as expected, all these cases are MagSafe compatible, so you can use your magnetic accessories like the Mag Easy Grip 3, which not only makes the grip better while you're using the phone, but also it allows you to dock the phone so you can enjoy the media playback hands-free. They even made the S Pen experience more seamless thanks to the use of shielded slot with a magnetic module. So what are you waiting for? Get yourself a PITAKA case today by clicking the links down below in the description. Now, the other area that you can't experience by just looking at the spec sheet is the software experience. I have to say, this is Samsung's best work ever. One UI 7.0 finally solidifies Samsung's most smoothest and snappiest performance ever. I gotta give it to them because this finally feels like the proper ultra-level smooth performer with great animations. Apps just jump open as soon as you launch them with a great response time. I don't know if it's Snapdragon 8 Elite or Samsung's optimization or both, but this is literally their best ever. And yes, when you compare the Snapdragon 8 Elite to the Apple 18 Pro, it decisively beats Apple to 2-1, taking the multi-core score and better GPU performance with pretty close single-core performance, but that's the only metric where the 18 Pro is ahead. You can play any game on this thing and it will fly. There's nothing out there that can slow down the Snapdragon 8 Elite chip. As for the One UI 7.0, I absolutely love its new look from the day I first launched it as a beta on my S24 Ultra. It's packed with useful AI features that you would actually use in daily day-to-day life that will make a difference, like all the translation tools, writing tools, and powerful image generation tools. For example, the sketch to image, which is so cool to play with, especially with the S Pen. It can turn any of your mediocre drawing into an art using the power of AI. And now they allow you to customize this even further. We even have deeper integration of Gemini with one of my favorite features is to ask a YouTube video summary on the fly when you don't have the time to watch the full video. Honestly, Samsung's AI package with the One UI 7.0 is really good. You still get all the OG features like Samsung DeX and all, so I generally can't find any downside to this amazing software skin. On top of this, S25 Ultra promises 7 years of major OS updates, like you really don't have anything to hate on. Up front, Galaxy S25 Ultra is still the only phone to rock a one-of-a-kind display that you're not gonna find on any other phone. On paper, it's a 6.9-inch display with very slim bezels and pretty respectable 2600 nits brightness, nothing too crazy. But what's exciting is that it has an anti-reflective screen which instantly minimizes all the reflections coming onto the display. This looks amazing outdoors, something we still haven't seen on any other phone on the market, even the iPhone. However, be careful because this anti-reflective screen can react with certain substances like a sunscreen or alcohol-based cream. If that happens, your display could have permanent marks on it, so I'm personally going to be a lot more conscious with the S25 Ultra. Now let's turn our attention to those cameras on the back. This camera setup on the S25 Ultra on paper is a letdown, but in reality, it's a surprising upgrade. It seems like Samsung has managed to really push this camera hardware to its limits with the best software optimization. The images out of this phone look great and they're actually a little bit improved compared to how the images would look on the S24 Ultra with better colors and even better detail. The most noticeable big area of improvement was indeed the video performance in low light situation. Finally, I can tell you that the Galaxy S25 Ultra's video performance is almost on the level of the iPhone and even ahead of iPhone in certain scenarios. For example, 4K 60 FPS video out of 5x lens is easily better than the iPhone 16 Pro Max. We have drastically less noise compared to what Apple is producing. As for the main lens video performance, the output is very close. Like honestly, Samsung has managed to improve their camera by not even changing the camera hardware. That is seriously impressive. With that being said, it is definitely not the perfect camera. Like, why does it still take 12 megapixel photos by default and not 24 like the iPhone? Like, for no reason, you're losing on to that extra little bit of detail. I do appreciate that you can take 24 megapixel photo in the Expert RAW app, which is proper pro photo app that Samsung has made built in with the S25 Ultra, but still I would have loved the 24 megapixel output with the default camera app. Apart from those quirks, I do like how the skin tones look in videos as well as the photos. I also like the fact that you can shoot log video, which is nice, and it allows you to color correct it on the phone pretty easily with one tap. Their 4K 120 FPS video option is also pretty good, very comparable to the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and that high-res ultra-wide has definitely delivered on its performance. All in all, while it's not the best camera hardware on the market, especially on the specs sheet, their image software optimization as well as their video performance in low light, this definitely is a step forward compared to the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Now let's talk about an important area, which is battery life on Galaxy S25 Ultra, and I'm happy to report that it is right up there with some of the best flagships out there on the market. While I would have loved a bigger battery size, it's still enough to last you a full day without any problem. I know the battery experience will keep getting better as it's learning my usage experience. What I'm not happy about is that Samsung is still sadly stuck with the same old 45 watt charging, or I should say 25 watt charging. Because when you get spoiled by using phones like Honor Magic 7 Pro with 100-watt fast charging, or even phones that cost less than $300 and charge up to 90 watts, it really is sad to see that S25 Ultra is lacking behind when it comes to charging. So all in all, what's the verdict? The Galaxy S25 Ultra is Samsung's perfection in many ways. Finally, a video performance to rival the iPhone, world's best mobile chip inside, which is Snapdragon 8 Elite for all the markets, a beautiful, standout, relevant flagship design, plus possibly the best software experience on Android right now, packed with AI features. With all that being said, if you're using a Galaxy S24 Ultra, there's still no real reason to upgrade. The design is more comfortable, but nothing of a strong reason to upgrade from the S24 Ultra. Plus, with the new One UI 7.0 update, you're gonna get pretty much the same software experience of the Galaxy S25 Ultra on your phone. As for the S23 Ultra users, the jump is definitely more noticeable, from design to the new camera experience overall, especially the new quality 5x portraits you will get thanks to a proper 5x zoom lens instead of the 10x, plus a massive leap in not just performance but also, most importantly, power efficiency. The upgrade from S23 Ultra makes sense, but if you want a bigger jump, then definitely wait for next year, because that's when Samsung is probably going to be changing the camera sensor as well as possibly the design language. So there we go. Let me know your thoughts about the Galaxy S25 Ultra. What do you think about the phone and what's your favorite feature? As always, don't miss out on the last day of the pre-order. Links are mentioned in the description. With that being said, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.